Hello and welcome to Tai Chi at Home. For the past 2.5 months, we've been learning the I Jin Jing 12 movement muscle tendon changing classic. And we pretty much worked through that. So this week I thought we'd start with some of the basics, our circle warm-ups, and then into the 8-section Brocade Qigong. So beginning with feet about shoulder width apart, deep breath, in and out. You're relaxing shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, and locks. Let your arms float up in front. Then circling in, fingertips kind of dripping downward, come into your side of your head, and then as you go down, bend your knees as if you're sinking. So you want to keep the back and spine straight. Rise up, circling in. So we're not bending at the waist for this particular circle warm-up exercise. Just getting the body's energy moving. This time we're going to come up. Bring your hands up overhead, then using your waist, turn to your right, floating down, bend the knees slightly. Once again, we're not bending over at the waist, keeping the back straight and aligned. Turn on that axis again, rise up, hands overhead, then floating down on the right. Rising up on your left. As if you're tracing a large overhead circle. This time we're going to come to our center, rise up, hands overhead, turning left, floating down, rising up on the right, floating down on your left. Then coming to your center, rise up. This time, hands overhead, opening arms up, floating down, bending the knees, not bending at the waist. So this morning it's drizzling, so we're inside our screened-in porch. So you will hear some traffic going by. But that's life. So this particular movement is likened to a lotus flower awakening rises up, breaks the water surface and then blooms during the day, and then at nighttime sinks beneath the surface of the water. Lotus flower awakens. And the quote by Confucius, our lives should be lived like the lotus flower, with our feet in the bottom of the pond or the muck and mire of the world, and then each day rising up, breaking the surface, and then blooming the world. And one more. We're going to come up, and this time fold hands in toward the chest. Extend them out in front. You're going to slide left heel back against the right heel. Bring your hands in, circling in, down your sides, moving that energy out, back in, and then down to settle in the Dantian. And relax. So we're going to move right into the 8-section Brocade Qigong, 8 movements. Starting with feet about shoulder width apart. The first movement, the hands hold up the heavens. You're going to take both hands, interlock fingers, come up, turn them outward, press overhead. So your breathing should be even. Let your head come forward. Pull the arms back a little further, just to give you a stretch. Turn palms over and come down. So the breathing is even in and out, not holding your breath at any point. Again, come up, turn outward and press overhead. Looking forward, pull the arms back a little further. Palms over, come down. Again. And one more time. We typically do about 4 each of these in our class. Palms over, come down, and close. Bring your feet back together. A lot of early morning traffic. Get into what's called a horse stance, knees slightly bent. The next movement, draw the bow and let the arrow fly as if you're shooting a bow and arrow. So we're going to first, looking to our left, we're going to cross hands, make an L shape with the left hand, a fist with the right, turning the head, pull the arrow back, simulated arrow, looking over that left index finger. Release it, drop hands. Then, looking to the right, an L shape with the right hand, fist with the left, release, drop hands. Another variation to this move is to go into a little bit lower stance as you pull the arrow back, release, and then rising back up, and then down into the lower stance as you pull the arrow back, release, come up, and we'll do one more to the right. Come up and Bring your feet together. Energy back in. The next movement is separate heaven and earth. Feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to take both hands, come up, and then take the right hand, palm up, left hand, palm down, and separate. Big stretch either direction, looking up. Come back down, and just alternate your hands. Big stretch, looking up, back down, and back down. Again. Back down. And last one. Come back down. When both hands are together, turn the one over and close. Next movement. Feet about shoulder width apart. The wise owl gazes backwards. So you're going to take your palms facing the earth. Take a deep breath in. Then turning your head to the left, rotating your palms outward. Look behind you. Turn back to the front. Palms rotate back toward the earth. So let's follow the breath on this one. Take a deep breath in. Then as you turn your head right, you're exhaling. Palms rotating out. Head turning, eyes looking behind. Turn back to the front. Inhale. Then left, exhale. Turn back, inhale. To the right, exhale. Turn back. Left. Turn back. Right. Turn back. Left. Exhaling. Turn back. Inhale. And right. Exhale. Turning back to the front. Take a deep breath in. And then in closing, push the breath out. Next movement. Horse stance. The horse bobs its head and shakes its tail. So we're going to do 2 dips one direction, 2 dips the other direction. And I'm going to do a quick demonstration first with the dip. So I'm resting my hands on my thighs. And I'm going to go to the right and come up toward the left. And then circling again to the right. When I come up to the left, I'm going to pause and gaze into that left direction. And then we'll do 2 dips the other way. Horse bobs its head, shakes its tail. Dip down 1. Dip down 2. And then come up looking to your left. So you're looking left. Down 1. 2, looking right. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right. 1, 2 left. And 1, 2 right. And 1, 2 left. And 1, 2 right. Now we're just going to do one dip, come down, and we're going to come up, bring our feet back together, and close. Next movement, holding the feet. So we're going to place our feet about shoulder width apart. Take both hands, place them in the small of our back. So we're going to trace, in particular, the water meridians in the body, the urinary bladder, and the kidney meridian. So the back of the legs, urinary bladder, inside of the legs, the kidney meridian. So leaning back, looking up, back as far as you comfortably can, then come forward. Take both hands, go over the butt, down the back of the legs, urinary bladder meridian, reaching for your feet. Come up, pressure along the inside of the legs coming up, that kidney meridian. Again, lean back, forward, cat, lean back, forward, back up, and one more, and forward. Come up and close. So if you don't have a cat to lift on that one movement, it's not mandatory. You could use a dog or a stuffed animal, whatever is handy. Next movement, we get into a horse stance, focusing the eyes. So we're going to look straight ahead to begin with, 2 fists at the waist. Then punching forward with that right fist, nice and slow, like punching through wet sand. Circle the fingers. You're going to clench fist, pull it back to your waist. Punch left, circle, clench, pull it back. Punch right. Left. Right. Left. Then looking to your right, punch right. Circle the fingers again, clench the fist, pull it back to your waist. Looking to your left, punch left. Looking right. Looking left. Right. Left. Right. And left. Then looking straight ahead again, punching out to both sides, fully extended, circle the fingers, clench fist, pull it back to the waist, punch out, let's take a deep breath in, exhale as you punch out, deep breath in, pulling back, breath out, punching out. One last time. Take a deep breath in, and then in closing, breath out. Closing of that movement. So the last movement in the 8-section Brocade is smoothing out the chi, or the body's energy. So we do that by standing naturally, joints relaxed. Take a deep breath in as you reach up overhead, and exhale as you come down. Now, if you're able, rise up on the toes slightly as you inhale and go up, and then exhale, coming down. Best you can. If you can't rise up on the toes, that's okay. Again, inhale up, exhale down. One more time. Come down, all the way down. With your hands to your side, stay relaxed. We're going to lift up and come down with a bounce this time. Lift up, come down with a bounce. You can do it again a couple times, bouncing or shaking down the chi. Place your hands on your dantian. Relax, and that concludes this week's Tai Chi at Home. Hope you enjoyed doing the 8-section Brocade again. That's a staple of our classes. Till next week, Xie Xie.